So welcome back, guys. The fun is just about to start. We are going to install and run our node, but before we can do that, we need to install some dependencies. And as you can see, I have here a couple of windows. I have my terminal, which has a connection with my Amazon server that I just created a few minutes ago, that we just created in the previous video. And I do have also the VirtualBox running so that I can demonstrate the differences on the commands that you will use to install dependencies depending on the version of Linux that you are using. If you are using a CentOS-based or a real-based Linux, you will use a Jam as a package manager. And if you are using Ubuntu or any other Debian Linux, you will use apt as a package manager, and that would be the only difference for installing dependencies. If you are using any other flavor, you may need to actually look for the actual name of the dependencies on that versions. But this will cover like 99% of the alternatives, so this should be good to go. So we'll start with sudo jam update. So nothing to update, we're good to go. And here we start installing dependencies. So I have pre-installed a lot of these things so that it is a lot faster. In this case, if you don't have this dependency installed, it will run the installation process for each of those dependencies. And so here again, I have already pre-installed everything here. So everything is fine here, nothing to do, because I just pre-installed everything so that it was a lot faster, right? But in your case, it will run the installation again. So here again, the same for my VirtualBox. I start with sudo apt get update -y or -y and my password. So there we are, and we simply come and grab this entire list of dependencies to install. As you can see, there are a lot of things, and they are listed above. So I can come here and update. I also had pre-installed everything here, so it was a lot faster. In your case, it will take a few minutes to install all the dependencies, unless you already have it. So there you go. Apart from installing the method to install the dependencies with jam or with apt-get, everything else is exactly the same, regardless of the flavor of Linux that you are using. So from here, I'm going to continue the process just with one of the environments, so that it is a bit faster. Let me just download, unpack, install, and update Cabal. It's super simple. You just grab all the commands. What you are doing here, it's important that you understand what's going on here. We are downloading a installer, uncompressing, removing the installer and the Cabal signature file, and we are creating a directory which is called .localbin, and we are moving Cabal into that directory. Okay, so if you do ls here, ls-o, you will see that you have a .local directory here. If you do to the cd.local ls, there is a bin file. So everything is a bin directory, sorry. So everything is looking good, just so that you know what we are doing here. Okay, and one important thing is to learn if our system has .localbean in our path. So you do echo and with caps path, and yes, it looks like we have .localbean in our path, so no need to continue with this part of the process. But if .localbean is not in your path, you will need to do nano .bash rc, go to the bottom of that file and add this very line export path.localbean to the bottom of the file, and then press Ctrl O to save the changes with Enter, and Ctrl X to exit Nano, which is a text editor. Okay, so from here we are ready to go and to continue with Cabal update. This usually takes a few seconds to show some activity. Just be patient, your computer hasn't died or anything. It's just normal to take a few minutes here. And once it finishes, one thing you want to do is confirm that you install the proper version of Cabal, which is Cabal --version. There you go, that's the version you need, 3.2.0.0. So with that, you will be good to go and continue with downloading and installing GHC. To do that, again, we can simply come and grab the entire series of commands here and paste it. It will download, uncompress. This time, uncompressing takes a bit more time because GHC is this is a big file here. So it will take a few seconds, perhaps almost a minute, to uncompress the content of this file. Just be patient. There you go. And then it is removing the installer and it is running the configure, and then it will run sudo make install here, right? So this is why we grab the entire commands from here, because it is very simple and the computer will run one after the other in the sequence that they are presented. Okay, so this takes also some time. As normal, when you are installing software, you are most of the time just staring at the computer waiting for it to finish its job. And it's finished, and we can go back to our home directory here, and we are ready to install libsodium. Libsodium is another package that we will require. So let me just go step by step here. Git clone. Then we move into libsodium folder, which we just created. And then we need to go and check out a particular commit in this repository. So we do that with git checkout and then commit number. And then here we can do /autogen.sh. It's looking good. Then we are ready to do /configure. There you go. Make. And make. Sudo make install, because sudo make install, and then you simply come here and copy this couple of lines, And then we go back to our home directory. And from here, we are ready to clone the Cardano node repo. And we can come here, and it has created a Cardano node directory here. So we get into the Cardano node repository. And from here, we're going to check out the proper branch for us to work. There's a quick notice here. At the time of recording this tutorial, the Shelly testnet is working with version 15.1, 1.15.1, but there is another version, which is a later version, 1.16.0, but that version is only working properly with the mainnet candidate testnet. So this is why I'm going to use not the latest version, but this document that we have prepared for you. This will tell you exactly to which network, to which tag you should check out, and we will be updating the commands and the instructions here in this very guide that you are looking at this moment. So at this moment, perhaps you are looking here at different number, and what you should do is follow what the guide is telling you. The video is hard to keep updated, but the document will be updated frequently. So please follow what the guide is telling you. And this is just for you to learn what you are doing and how to do it, okay? So let me just git fetch -o -tags. Let me do git tag, and it will give me the entire list of versions. And sorry, excuse me. And as I mentioned, latest version is 1.16, but we are going to check out git checkout tags 1.15.1. Okay, and from here we are ready to start the party, because what we are gonna do here is run cabal build all. This will compile the node. It will usually take somewhere between 25 or 30 minutes for it to compile. So please be patient, and you can grab a book, do the dishes, do the laundry, play with the kids, whatever you find more interesting here. But the important thing is that you don't forget to press enter. So yeah, we are here. We have finished compiling our node, and the last thing to do is just copy the binaries into our .local bin directory so that they are available in a directory that is in the path. Therefore, it will be available in the entire system. And just to make sure that we have installed the correct version again, we can do Cardano CLI --version. And there we go. We have 1.15.1, which is the version we wanted. Okay, so this is it. With that, you are done compiling your software, and see you in the next video where we are going to start our first node. See you there.